Hi, this is Tim with Shop Tool Reviews. Stick around after the break and you'll see why if you're a welder or a fabricator, you may want to look hard at purchasing a Metabo like this. See you in a moment. So this is the Metabo KFM 16-15F beveling tool. In fact, it's a metal beveling tool, and it'll bevel or put a chamfer on anything from mild steel plate up to stainless steel plate, as well as steel piping and stainless steel piping. Now, we're not just talking about a small bevel or small chamfer here. We're talking about up to a 5/8 of an inch thick or deep cut at a 45-degree angle on that steel or stainless steel. Now, the way it does it is with its 14.2 amp motor and the 3 carbide teeth on the cutting head here, and those are indexable, and we'll get back to that in a moment. Now, when you pull the trigger, you don't get all that power rushing on at once. It's got soft start technology, so as you pull that trigger, you get that nice ramp up of power so that you can start a smooth transition into cutting what steel you want to. Also, you've got overload protection. So let's say you're using this tool a lot, you're cutting a lot of metal, you're fitting or you're putting a lot of bevel on pipe or a lot of bevel on plate, and it starts heating up and the tool shuts off. Don't worry about it. It's gone into overload protection. So it senses when it's getting too hot. It senses when it's getting overloaded that it shuts itself down. Once it cools down, it'll come back on. So that's built into the tool. Also, Metabo stands behind it with its 3-year warranty. So as long as you register your tool within 4 weeks, then it's warranted for 3 years. So that's a lot to say with a tool like this and the use. It's typically an industrial use product. Now, as far as setting the cutting head depth for this tool, really easy to do. Requires no tools like you see on the table here. It's a toolless cutting head depth here. So you see here you have some indexes all around this. You pull up the ring, you turn it, it'll even click. It's actually got a dowel in there that with a spring-loaded ring here, so you know how many teeth you're going or how many spaces you're going, and it's marked here on the head. Even Metabo even includes an Excel spreadsheet with this product, so you can tell it what depth you're cutting, what angle you're cutting, what type of steel you're cutting, and it'll tell you whether you need to make 1 pass, 2 passes, or 3 passes. And depending on what those passes are, it'll say, okay, make your first pass at this, and then go 15 clicks and make your second pass. And then if there's a third pass, then how many clicks you need to go for that. So it takes a lot of the guesswork out of that also. So that helps anytime you have tools like that. Now, to set the angle on this tool, pretty simple. Take the included Allen wrench, you loosen up these 2 Allen heads up here, there's 2 back here, you set that angle, pretty easy to do. Now, when you are using it on pipe, they include something that really helps and aids in going around that pipe. It is a pretty heavy tool, which really comes in nice because it really sets on the steel nice. But when you do want to go around that pipe, to take a flat bar like you see here to go around pipe, obviously it would kind of rock back and forth, so the included roller is here, but you see the guide's actually already cut into the plate here, so you see I can just take the roller, I can put it in here, and then it's got markings on this plate as, are you going on 12-inch pipe, 14-inch pipe, and so forth. So I can easily, again, put this acorn nut on here, use the included 10mm wrench, tighten that up, and we're off and rolling. Now you've got that roller guide as you're going around that pipe, and as you can see in the video here, easy to do. Now, we took this out to Advanced Industrial Services, or AIS, and they do a lot of fabrication and custom work, especially on stainless steel, so we wanted to see what they thought of it. Now, we recorded a user for their first time making a first pass on some I-beam, as well as a 12-inch pipe, as well as some flat bar or some flat stainless steel stock as well. So these were all his first passes in doing this, and we specifically wanted to see that. And you can still see what a nice job this tool does. And then once you really get used to it, it really comes easy to use, and it really makes a nice cut. And what they explained to me at AIS was they said that a tool like this, what it's going to do is save on labor, and that adds up quick. Because that labor cost, when you've got a welder or a fitter that's spending 20 minutes grinding on a pipe, that adds up really quick. All of a sudden that pipe costs you a lot of money for that specific, that specific weld or that specific fitting. When you got a fabricator or a master welder that's setting up and it's taking them 20 minutes to grind on a pipe like that, using a tool like this that takes 2 or 3 minutes to make a round on that pipe and put that landing on it that they need, put the bevel on it that they need, and then they could just fire up the welder and go. That's a big difference in taking the grinder and not having that perfect edge on there. So you're talking about a time saving. You're also looking at this tool right here is going to put little shards or little metal shavings on the ground. They're all going to fall to the ground. When your grinder, you're putting a lot of dust in the air and a lot of dust all over the shop. You're not going to have that with this tool. You definitely want to wear the eye protection, and that metal's going to fall to the ground. These guards do a good job at shielding some of that, but they do fly out everywhere, as you'll see in the video. But so you're looking at mitigating some of the safety factor of that breathable dust that's coming off that grinder. You're not dealing with this tool. Now, you also get the benefit of being able to change out these heads or change out these cutting bits. And they're easily done with the included Torx head bit. You can see you can basically back off these guards here, slide them open, take the Torx head bit out, turn these 90 degrees, put them back in, and you're done. So you get 4 different transitions or 4 different cutting heads on this one bit. And they're easily indexed at 90 degrees, so there's no thinking about it. Take it out, rotate it, put it back in, and you're going. Also, you have some specials for stainless steel. So if you are doing a lot of stainless work, this helps in the durability of these cutting heads or in these cutting bits as well. So these are the stainless bits here. The gold ones are the typical steel bits. Really neat tool to use. AIS was really impressed with it. We'll follow up with another video after they've used it longer, after they've used it on some more projects, but we wanted to give you kind of a first-hand look at their first use of it and our first thoughts of it. Listen, this is not a cheap tool, but again, if you're saving lots of time and you're also mitigating possible safety issues, that adds up very quick. So check it out for yourself. Again, it's the Metabo KFM 16-15F. Also, please check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a nice day.